This elderly man, on the verge of death, shakily placed a gold coin into his mouth. Using every last bit of strength he had left, he bit down hard on the gold bar. It is said that when a person is about to die, as long as they have a gold piece in their mouth, someone will come to collect their body. The organization will then assess the depth of the bite marks on the gold to determine the extent of the deceased's hatred before death. The deeper the bite, the stronger the resentment. Based on the severity of these marks, they will decide whether to take vengeance on behalf of the deceased. The woman before us, a courtesan, was one such client. She hosted hundreds of guests daily. She exchanged all her life savings for gold bars and left a deep imprint with her bite. Her resentment was profound, all because she had married a scoundrel. In just a few months, he swindled all the family wealth and, to make matters worse, he sold her to a brothel, turning her into a prostitute. She was reduced to nothing more than a tool for her husband to earn money. She only found out before her death that her husband had originally conspired with the brothel owner to deceive her. This betrayal led to the destruction of her life and family. In her final days, she exchanged all the money she had earned into this piece of gold, hoping that someone would help fulfill her last wish of revenge. Meanwhile, her husband, unaware that his time was running out, was still leisurely drinking and enjoying himself. Suddenly, his door was kicked open, and he was startled to see the towering figure behind the boss. Before he could recover from his shock, the boss informed him that someone was out to kill him. He had called in his large, strong bodyguards to escort him to safety, but Bobby, still dismissive, thought it was nothing to worry about. However, the iron giant behind him grabbed his collar and dragged him out of the room. The two of them took a small boat to escape the city, but little did they know, the client, Mike, had already spotted Bobby and was prepared for the assassination. Mike pulled out a massive bow and arrow, removed his glasses, and took out a specially made giant arrow. As he stepped forward, the beam of the roof collapsed under his weight. Drawing the bow and aiming at his target, he shot with incredible force. His clothes exploded as he released the arrow, which flipped the boat and sent both men plunging into the water. As Bobby fell into the water and saw the armored bodyguard being killed by the arrow, he was terrified. He quickly scrambled to the surface, panicked, and climbed to the shore. But just as he thought he was safe, another member of the organization appeared. The man clicked the heels of his shoes, extending sharp steel spikes from the soles. Then, he opened his mouth and let out a deafening roar. The sound was so intense that Bobby covered his ears in pain. The man, Jack, crossed the river and swiftly slashed Bobby with a sword. The speed was so quick that Bobby's upper body was severed before he even realized he was dead. At the same time, another target of the organization was the boss, the true villain responsible for destroying the lives of many young women. A young girl had been waiting by the door. The lustful boss rushed toward her, intent on taking advantage of the situation. However, he didn't realize that danger was closing in on him. The white-haired man kissed a gold foil, then delicately wrapped it around the boss's face. The foil quickly sealed his breath, and he struggled briefly before falling completely still, unable to even utter a cry for help. The white-haired man then removed his outer coat, revealing a tattoo of the Virgin Mary on his back. He was here to atone for the sins of the wicked.